Okay, this one probably goes 2 and 2 with these two questions.
Yeah.
How you feel about boot camps and the influx of social media tech influencers?
Man, bad. So my whole before on my page, right? Before I rebranded and started offering one-on-ones and stuff on my page, I was just doing photography, right? My wife bought me a Sony camera, and every time we go to New York, I'm like, I'm getting up at 5 and I'm gonna go take pictures, right? So I just had a bunch of pictures on there, and I came across videos of people on there, man. Just keep it a book, just straight up lying to people, bro, and having like dozens and dozens of followers. Like, yeah, I want to break into tech, but here's a true nugget, right? There was a situation where you have an individual. There are situations, I would say, where you have an individual that goes through a boot camp. They come in, they work, they get, for lack of a better term, exposed in terms of not having the technical knowledge that they should have as a result of going to said boot camp, and they end up losing the job, right? For me, as a black professional at, say, the executive or below level, right, knowing or seeing the trajectory and continuing to that, black people getting laid off or fired left and right, right? We constantly coming in these situations and we don't have the knowledge that we need, and it's being taken advantage of or exploited. For me, that's very predatory, because the people who are selling these things, they know that. Once they get their money off they, boot camp or whatever, they know, like, once you're in there, you're on your own. And you can hustle to a certain degree, but like, situation I've been in before, if I hadn't have had an opportunity to set up Okta from scratch, when someone handed me an Okta ticket and said the Okta administrator is out for the next, whatever, because he having a baby, fix it. If I didn't, realistically go through that myself, I would have been like, yo, bro, I went to this boot camp. I would have been trying to call whoever I was like, bro, I need you to. And there's some instances where they'll do that. They charge for that. It's some boot camps you can go to, and they'll be like, yo, I have a real world incident and I need help with it, and they'll help you out. Also, Reddit is your best friend. If you ain't got a Reddit account, please make a Reddit. Don't use Google for tech questions. If you got a question about something, especially if it's, high tier, or it's in, a specific app or a niche, go to Reddit, bro.
You know what, though? Reddit is good, but Reddit also going to be sometimes full of complainers.
Reddit, oh my goodness.
Because you can't always say something going to go, like people that say school's a scam. Yeah. Some people measured in the wrong thing.
Right.
And they didn't do what they needed to do, so they couldn't find a job. Hey, it's a scam.
Yeah.
So you have people that will try to discourage you from going to good boot camp programs and say that was like, you didn't hold up your end of the bargain.
Exactly.
Boot camp gave you what you needed to be successful. Yeah. It'd be different if nobody was successful.
Yeah.
But then you didn't do what you need to do.
Right.
So now you're blaming the boot camp.
Yeah.
So it comes into like that. Like, I'm more concerned about the boot camps that you pay $5,000-$10,000 for.
Yeah.
And they finna say you finna get the Net Plus, Security Plus, and the A Plus.
Yeah. You can get those on your own. And they're cheaper than that.
Right. I'm more concerned about that.
Yeah.
Those like that. Other than that, there are some boot camps that can teach you some specialized skills that you probably can't get your hands on one-on-one. Like certain, for example, like you're going to be hard-pressed to find a way to get your hands on CrowdStrike without working at a company.
Absolutely.
Hard-pressed to get access to Proofpoint or Titanium.
Yeah.
Like, some of these things are gate-kept, and you will not get access to them unless you work in an enterprise environment. That's the real gatekeeping I talk about. That's why I like Microsoft in the sense they'll give you access to Defender. You get access to Sentinel. You probably get access to Threat Explorer or Purview. To where if you now, remember we talking about earlier, people don't know how to simulate real work environments. Now you get with a mentor or a coach to say, okay, I've been in the industry 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Typically, you probably run into like these top 5 scenarios working on help desk. This is what we're going to build out your environment about, and we're going to cover these things. So now when you go into your interview, you can say, well, I did this and I replicated this, or I created 15 users. I made sure this user had role-based access, and they access then creep over to their next role.
Right.
Like all different type of things, like understanding the job. Like the biggest issue that people run into when it comes to the interview and learn all this information is them chaining the information together to make sense.
Yeah.
To let the interviewer know they understand the full scope of what they're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of times you learn this here, this here, this here, but they don't know how to connect it.
Yeah. It's literally like a chain link.
This video is being sponsored by Textual Consulting. Are you still struggling to get into cybersecurity? Are you not getting interviews? Do you have a bad resume? Or is it all the above? Well, if that's you, then we got you covered at Textual Consulting. My name is Henry Davis. I'm a career coach and a cybersecurity professional, and I've helped hundreds, maybe even thousands of people get into cybersecurity with my coaching and my content that you've seen in various places. Now, I specialize in specifically getting people in the blue team. That would be incident response or SOC analyst. I can cover everything from your entry level to your medium to your advanced skills and really help you outperform your resume. You don't believe me? Check out some of these testimonials that I've had from recent clients. So if you're interested, click the link in my bio, techtualconsulting.com/offerings to see what offerings that we have available for you. Now, back to the show.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you kind of assume that, but you don't know. Like, I'm just up for it as long as you market in a decent way, because now there's people, you got people that go spend their last on this, thinking they finna go live the life you live, not knowing, hey,
this way,
because you had already a big following,
you
just play the numbers game. Hey, if I got 200,000 followers, if I just get 3% of these people to give in, I could make X amount of money per month. So
it's very predatory. And one of the greatest pieces of advice I think I got was someone saying to me, everything is spiritual, right? That's where the level of discernment got to kick in. You should really pick these people apart and take a minute to look and evaluate and think to yourself like, yo, does this feel right? Does this feel right?
A lot of people want success and they want the vanity stuff so much.
Yeah.
They can't see past that.
Some people don't care either. And if you don't, that's cool.
They want to be like everybody else. They don't want to be focused on what they have to go through in order to attain it.
Yeah.
So everything, because we're wrapping up, guys, everything that you've stated that you went through in your career now has prepared you for where you currently are.
Absolutely. And where I'm going.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of these people want to circumvent that and just get to where you are, where I am, whatever.
Yeah.
And it will not work because you don't have enough tools in a toolbox to handle it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. You just said, the Netflix experience, though good,
you
still felt like you weren't equipped to handle it properly because of things you didn't know.
Right.
It'll be the same thing. People don't have email etiquette. They don't have soft skills.
Not only that, bro, to add to that, and which I wanted to say earlier, people that are more experienced than you, going back to the how not to be green in corporate America thought process, right? People that are more experienced than you can smell it on you. They can see it on you. The first inclination you give that you are not competent or experienced in blank, that is an opportunity for exploitation, whether you know it or not.
Oh yeah,
they gonna keep that in their mind, and they gonna I remember Chris, didn't have an understanding of Zendesk when we implemented it last time. I want him out of here. How about we create a new, a container in Zendesk, and we ask him to lead it, knowing that he ain't got that experience, and leave him alone with it and see how he do.
And this is the gem, much like school and work. A lot of the stuff you learn is going to be done off the clock.
Yes.
So if you are struggling with something at work, see if you got Pluralsight or wherever you got. This is where you go seek out these people, these mentors that got this experience, and you learn it on your own.
Yes.
And one of the ways you also could play people is you could play like you don't know nothing. So a lot of times people want to feel smart, so you could play like you don't know nothing, but you're really using it to get information out of them.
Yeah.
And then that's when you reverse it on them and say, yeah, you thought, but I was just, you thought that.
One thing I always did, I know you said we're wrapping up. One thing I always did, when I was, if we would jump into a meeting and we were resolving an incident and the engineer or the principal engineer, whoever owned that platform was in, I would ask if it was virtual, could I record this meeting? One, if I was getting access to it, I'd ask if I could record the meeting, and I would always keep those things documented. But being able to have them share their screen and walk through these things with an explanation, make sure you ask questions. If people cool with you recording, record those, send them to your personal email and save them on your work side, like BCC yourself on your personal email and keep a report. Because I got years of just personal one-to-one after-hour walkthroughs of, you mentioned Pluralsight, right? I think I got a whole walkthrough that I put up the other day from my second job, where somebody walked through a full Microsoft 365 tenancy, where they were like, yo, to, attach these from a multi-tenant organization perspective, you got to do X, Y, and Z. And this is a dude that I worked with that was our Microsoft admin, right? Now I have my own library of instances that I can go back where, I've essentially created my own kind of training modules, right? Definitely do that for sure. And if you at the help desk, for sure, you in the tier 1 role, be reaching out to these folks and asking like, yo, what do you do? Let me,
that's the benefit you got with help desk. You can see how some got resolved. Yeah. Go find a team. That's how you do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. But Where can they follow you at on all platforms?
Yeah, you can find me on IG at the Tech Disciple. I'm on TikTok at the Tech Disciple. Offering one-on-ones as well. Also follow our nonprofit Project Ambition on IG is at Proj Ambition. We essentially are an organization with a focus on providing insight and benefit to members of marginalized communities around corporate America, the realities of corporate America, breaking into industry specific to tech. We also focus on one thing, I know we didn't get to talk about it, but one thing that we also focus on is the faith element, right? Within the workplace, being able to show up boldly as yourself and not, functioning as a person that is, more so on the 48 laws of power side of things, but really functioning in kind of a biblical way in leadership and being able to, function in a way that helps others without having to, go out for eye, stab folks in the back. So, yeah, follow our nonprofit as well. Hit me up on IG. You looking for a one-on-one, want to chat more, that info is on my IG as well. So, yeah.
But, as usual, all his information will be in the description. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. This is one of the last in-person episodes of 2024. So, y'all know what to do. Share this out, comment on here. And, yeah, man, we really going to run it up in 2025. But until next time, until next year, let's stay textual, and we out. Peace.